god, look at the beautiful ocean out there and the nice hot sun.
Don't say hot right now.
And we're in the nice, wonderful, nice beach. Just having fun. Oh, wait a minute. This is not a real Destiny Islands. This is a castle.
Yeah. What do you want to bet that water's fake, too? Damn bastards.
Dang it.
I would really like to be able to go out to the beach and just soak in the water.
Bet you would.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. We are just barely coming back from, well, my vacation. You kept working during it, but we actually had a little bit more vacation time with you as well. But oh my gosh, it is August. It is hot as crap. So let's get to it. Even looking at a beach right now is making me hot.
Do you want to play Mario Sunshine?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because I'm already sweating enough. I don't need to see Mario sweating.
But you can watch him go swimming in the water.
Yeah, and then I'm going to want to go do that myself.
Okay. Let's go inside.
I'll be like, screw Mario. Okay, so...
we talked to everyone, I remember
We talked
that.
to everybody. And we're actually technically out of worlds. We're from here on going to be scaling the rest of Castle Oblivion.
Can we take the...
We don't want to
the replica?
We don't want to take skirt mechanics. We don't.
Okay.
We don't want to take him because we don't need skirt mechanics. We're manly and all that. All right, so
and look, there was a save point.
I wonder why we did all that. Okay.
I don't know. You never know if you go into a cutscene.
Okay. Promises never fade, even if all our memories do.
Let's deal with Marluxia and get our memories back.
Indeed.
Easier said than done, Donald.
Yeah, first we have to deal with his rose fixation. And then we're... Oh, jeez. Even talking about roses makes me hot right now.
Who was it? Who's most important to me? Nothing.
Can't you remember?
No, I only remember Namine. Come on, do you guys remember anything at all?
No, sorry, Sora. It's important, but I just can't remember. I don't want to be, but I'm getting scared.
Then we should really make a promise.
Huh?
What you said back there kinda got my brain thinking. Whenever you make a promise that's super duper big, maybe it gives you the courage to face the scary stuff.
Courage.
Yeah, let's do it. And then if we get scared, or in trouble, or even if we get separated.
Or even if we sort of forget each other.
Whatever happens, we're friends.
All for one and one for all.
Okay, so Sora has learned Trinity Limit. So now if we use Donald, Goofy, and a Keyblade, I can't even remember what this specifically does.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
But, like, I wonder if it's the whole putting the Keyblades together, or putting the weapons together kind of thing. So now from here on in, we're technically, to give people kind of a perspective, if you've never played this game before, we are at endgame roughly for Sora. There are no more worlds to discover. We are making our way to Marluxia, and so at that point, all we're going to be doing is going through the remaining floors of Castle Oblivion. So what I'm trying to tell you is get ready to see a lot of white. A lot of white. Because you're going to be seeing a lot. But the cool part is that we are getting really close to the end. So at that point, all we have to do is just make our way up to Mr. Rose Fascination himself, and then we're good to go. Oh, so that's Trinity Limit. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't put, like, all the area nukes at the beginning of your decks. So that would probably be very helpful.
Oh, possibly.
Uh-oh. I think he got the jump on you. Oh, no, you got the jump on them. They were already stunned, Andrea.
Yeah.
Did you need to stun them further?
Apparently so.
Well,
There's a Goofy.
that's just what I would expect from a stun-locking rogue.
Oh, I think if I put Donald, Goofy, and the thing in, you know, in the other order, it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't have worked?
No, because
Okay.
it has to be in a specific order.
Gotcha. Holy moly. Like I said, guys, it is absolutely hot, but for those who are just checking in, yeah, so we haven't recorded pretty much all of July. We took July off, and I was on vacation. Unfortunately, Andrea still had to work, and we actually did have some other things happen that I think we need to explain to people because we haven't explained it very well. We got into a car crash.
No, in a car wreck.
We got into a mine. Okay, the problem is that immediately people go when you hear car accident or car crash, you immediately think the worst. No, it was a fairly minor car accident. What basically happened was we were going out of our neighborhood and a guy was moving, like he was taking a bunch of stuff somewhere, and he covered up his rear view window. It was in a big old SUV. He didn't see us, and he backed into us and kind of wrecked up your car's doors.
Yeah.
So I actually spent the first week of my vacation getting a new car for the family. But for all those who got a little confused, everybody's fine. Nobody was hurt. In fact, even the dude was awesome. Because he took responsibility right off the bat, and his insurance covered all the stuff on his end. So that was awesome, but we're completely fine. Nothing to worry about. Because I know some people were asking about it, so now we've covered that base. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. We've got just 2 enemies left.
And the sad thing is it's like stuff that I can't use magic on because they will recover. So
Yeah.
it's like, ah!
And if I remember correctly, this whole section is really long. We might not even get through it all in this recording session just because of how long the Castle Oblivion section is. But I guess we will find out.
Actually, I'm gonna switch decks for a minute.
Okay.
Because I can't work with that deck if I'm running into...
Well, then I say you should probably swap. That would probably be best. Whee! Yeah, it's probably the better idea to just nuke all of the minor encounters here.
Especially if we're gonna need a lot of I just come to think of it, I need cards to open a door that's gonna require many cards.
Yeah. So we might as well just do the area nukes and get through these guys as fast as possible.
Stupid.
But holy crap. While I was gone for an entire month, in fact, we're going to be doing the podcast tonight. There was lots of stuff that happened in this month. That seems to be kind of the tradition, Andrea, is whenever we take a break, that's when all the big news happens.
Oh, yeah?
And then at that point, we play catch up. Because when we come back, it's like, oh yeah, this crap happened, and we weren't there to cover it. But when we consistently record, it's like slow all the time. Starting to think that like every podcast we just need to take 2 weeks off, and then we'll have enough big news to talk about in the next podcast.
This is it.
I'm kidding, people.
Thunder.
But lots of news to talk about, including the unfortunate fire over at Kyoto Animation. You never want to hear about a fire, and it looks like it was a pretty nasty fire. Like it I think they found out that their servers were intact, but everything else burned to the ground.
Really?
So, yeah, it was not a good situation, and lots of casualties. I think that it was like 17. I might be getting these numbers off, but there was like 17 injured, 30 dead, confirmed dead.
Yeah.
One of which was a beloved producer of anime, so I know that Alex was especially sad to hear about that. But that does suck. Mingling Worlds.
Well, that's an interesting card I've never thought of having.
Indeed. Then as people are going to hear also in the Drak and Shadow recording, we had more controversy regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield, where apparently the water doesn't look real enough. So they're not gonna. So at that point, they took their jobs.
Apparently, it was not good enough for them.
I swear, people in the last few years just they look for stuff to complain about. They really do. And I just don't think it's necessary. Oh boy. Also, and this is kind of related to Kingdom Hearts, the voice of Minnie Mouse, Rusty Taylor, who had been voicing Minnie Mouse in every production for 30 years, passed away.
I know, that's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it actually makes me really sad because I do like that classic Minnie sound, and now it actually made me think like it's kind of weird to think of somebody else playing her and having to do a different voice for her now, because you really don't want to imagine that. I mean, the perfect example here is like, could you ever imagine Winnie the Pooh sounding different than what he sounds like?
Pretty much not.
So like that, but here's the thing, Jim Cummings isn't gonna live forever.
Yeah.
And so at that point, you would need to get a brand new Pooh Bear. And it actually does make you go, oh, can you even imagine that stuff? Like Mickey sounding different. And for crying out loud, like, you know, Mel Blanc passed away years and years ago. We technically have been running with new Bugs Bunnies and Daffy Ducks and all that. Thankfully, they've sounded pretty close. Just food for thought there, people.
And that guy that was playing Master Xehanort passed away. Is just like,
yeah, Rutger Hauer. First of all, like, we were trying to figure out who that was, and I was actually surprised that it was Rutger Hauer that was the new voice of Xehanort. As in and actually, Alex corrected me, because I told you he was the judge in Batman Begins.
Oh yeah?
That's wrong. He was the CEO of Wayne Enterprises.
Ah.
He was the guy that he was the snide businessman that Bruce didn't want to work with, and that tried to fire Fox at the end of Batman Begins. So that's Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
But he was the new voice of Xehanort, and he passes away. I love how some people on the internet are now like, the role of Xehanort is cursed.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people said that about The Dark Knight, but I liked how one podcast that I was listening to at the time put it. I hate to bust your to rain in on your parade, but everybody will die eventually.
I know. It's like, Can't help it.
No, it's sad. Like, you don't want to see those actors pass away because you have such good memories with them, but unfortunately, death is a part of life. So, eventually you have to say goodbye. You just hope that you don't have to do it right away. But, all I can say is, we will miss you, Rutger Hauer. You had a lot of great roles besides Xehanort under your cap, and we're gonna miss you. Oh, and now we have a cutscene.
Okay.
I'm lurking behind you. Peekaboo.
I see you.
Indeed.
Let's go!
Oh, and also some other stuff that I want to actually bring to you. I've been waiting, and I didn't know if I wanted to do this with the stream or not, but I'm just gonna bring it up here. So, I believe that we're still going to get a sequel movie to the new Power Rangers reboot that they've done for film.
Yeah.
But then I think they've said that the next film, and I might be getting this wrong, I need to double check with Romney, but their next film is going to be to reboot Power Rangers. So you're going to have two movies,
Yeah.
then they're going to wait like a couple of years, and then they're going to reboot Power Rangers.
Oh.
How freaking ridiculous is that?
Who knows?
That was like Sony saying when they went from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. And it was that was technically a reboot because they retold the origin story again.
How many times do they need to tell that origin story?
Well, actually, the bigger one that needs to stop happening is Batman.
Yeah.
Like, how many times has Batman's origin story been told in film?
Apparently way too much.
For crying out loud, like, just go find your favorite version of it and just go watch that. But yeah, so we had to do that with Tobey Maguire. We had to do that with Andrew Garfield. Thankfully, the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man movies, they said, F it, you guys know the origin story. We're not going to tell you again. But yeah, Power Rangers is going to get rebooted again in film. Contrary to a lot of popular, I didn't hate the Power Rangers movie that came out. Actually, I remember both of us liking it.
Yeah.
So at that point, like, why reboot it? I think you have a really great story to tell, and I'd like to see you explore that. I don't know, maybe it's because they can't get the actors back now that some of them have reached a certain degree of popularity. Because the girl who played Kimberly was in the live-action Aladdin, so she's probably gotten some moniker of fame from that.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Why are we rebooting this stuff? I think we're doing just fine if we just want to keep going. If you have other ideas, just go ahead and do them and see whether or not people like them.
It's like, please.
Mm-hmm. Like, can we just stay with the story? I mean, if you got off on the wrong foot, you could still fix it. You could still make it good. I'd have no problem with you trying to figure things out as long as you're telling a good story. And they did actually have a good story at that point. Oh, and I guess I should probably also address this. So, when are the streams coming back? Well, by the time this video comes out, they'll probably be back.
Oh yeah, well we're planning to...
I think we're planning on starting up again tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yep. And we're going to be starting off with a brand spanking new game. Well, it's not new anymore, but it's new to us because we were off on vacation, and that is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So you guys will probably also see the video on my feed. If not, maybe I'll try and put a link or a link or something now, so you guys can go check it out. But we will be playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, so that's going to be freaking awesome. I'm very excited. I know it doesn't sound like I'm excited right now, but that's just because it's freaking hot.
Yeah.
It's hot outside plus hot office. It's not a good combination.